Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy MidPokemaster here, and it's been a while, but today I'm going to be going over my APA Indigo League draft analysis. If you want to know what's been going on and why I haven't uploaded, I will have I can't think of what it's called, but I'll have a video explaining that this weekend. But for this video, I am going to be discussing my APA draft analysis, which is really more just like a team pickup, because I took over a team that was 2-2 -1, and I just thought, I'm in APA, it's a well-known league, might as well upload it, because I'm really feeling like uploading's fun again. I streamed the other day, and it was a ton of fun, so I'm really just back in the movement. So, as you can see, the team I picked up, the original team was Mew, Mega Charizard X, Excadrill, Gigalith, Mandibuzz, Mantine, Comfey, Tangela, Heliolisk, Scrafty, and Porygon 2. So as you can see, it's a pretty decent team, nothing above the speed tier of Heliolisk. Only hazard removals is Mew, Excadrill, which won't want to run Rapid Spin that often, Mandibuzz, which is weak to rock, so it defeats the purpose, Mantine, which is also weak to rocks, and then Comfey I think is default, and that's it. I didn't like the bulky grass option in Tangela. Like, I understand what he was going for with it, but I still don't like it that much. But it's an overall pretty good team. Everybody knows what these mons do, but here's the team that I now have after all my transactions. Here's new team. So now, I used like 6 transactions to have this team that, nope, that's the wrong team. Okay, here it is. So my new team is Mew, Mega Charizard X, Cobalion, Mimikyu, Porygon 2, Serena, Vaporeon, Scrafty, Heliolisk, Gligar, and Tauros. This team I am way more comfortable with because I've used a lot of these mons before, and I performed really well with them. Mew is easily one of the best bulky, stall breaker, even offensive mons in the format. Gets things like agility, swords dance, stealth rock default, literally gets every team. It is such a good mon in league format that I'm excited to use it again. I haven't used it that often, but whenever I do, it's just a lot of fun just to use it. Next one I have is the Wall Breaker, Mega Charizard X. With his ability of Tough Claws, it just breaks through teams, especially because it gets Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Flame Charge, Belly Drum. I've seen so many sets of this sweep. You can even be bulky the take hits for you too, and I'm so excited to use it because I haven't got to use it before. And I've been watching Dark Devil 26, and in his PTO run, he just destroyed with it, so I'm hoping that I can put in as much work with it too, if not more. The real big disadvantage about it is, before it Mega Evolves, it is 50% weak to rocks, so you will have to have a lot of removal on a team, between high and low tier removal. So that's why I made so many transactions, so I could have rapid spinners. So I could have another, because before I only had defoggers, but with a rapid spinner I can keep my own hazards up and get rid of my opponents. And I don't really know what I'm saying here. I'm just trying to make a decent video after being away for a few months, but Mega Charizard X is like the glue. Is what I built this team around. Just because I was looking at what's left, and I already had Mega Charizard X, so might as well make its worth out of it. So I started on my Firewater Grass Core and my Fairy Dragon Steel Core with it. So next mon I picked up was Cobalion. I'm surprised Cobalion wasn't drafted. It is one of those mons that is so good in League format now, since Z Crystals were added, and it's one of my 2 Z Crystal users. The first one's Mew, and I'm excited to use Cobalion. I love the Rock Polish Sword Dance set. I love that it can be physical and special. It can be bulky, it can Volt Switch, it can set up Stealth Rocks. And I love that it has the Justified ability, which makes it so much better to pair with Mew because they don't share any weaknesses, and anything Mew's weak to, Cobalion can take. And I think anything Cobalion's weak to, Mew can take. So I'm really excited to use that combo, because from what I can tell, it's not a very used combo, but I really think it works well on this team. So next one I drafted is Mimikyu. So with this, I finished my Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Mega Charizard X, Cobalion, Mimikyu. More of an offensive one when you really see more like defensive ones, I feel like. More defensive Fairy Dragon Steel Cores. But I love Mimikyu because if I get set up on, it can always take a hit because of Disguise. And this thing can set up itself too. It gets SD, it gets Shadow Sneak, Shadow Claw, it gets Play Rough. I was tempted to make this thing a Z user, but I felt like Cobalion and Mew benefited more from it because Mew doesn't hit that hard, even with a nasty plot, so it needs that Z move usage. And Cobalion, I felt like was the same way. While Mimikyu, it's more of a cleaner with SD, Life Orb, Shadow Sneak. So I'm really excited to use Mimikyu. I felt like it worked really well with the team that was already built. And that's it. So next mon is Porygon 2. This thing is so bulky. It gets Trace, Download, and Analytic. All three great abilities. And it has great stats, especially paired with Eviolite, because Eviolite is best used with mons that were designed to be the final form of their evolution. Like Piloswine, it's so good with Eviolite because it was designed to be the last one of its evolution line. With 85 HP, 90 defense, 105 special attack, 90 speed F, and 60 speed, it's honestly not that bad of a bulky mon because it Trace, I can see what ability my opponent has, which makes it to where, like, if it's a mon like Porygon Z, it has 3 great abilities, so I can just go ahead and see which one it's running that week. Download if I want to be more of an offensive tank, I can just... I know what my team's defense stats will be, so if I want to be Download, I'll know what weeks it's good for that. Then Analytic, if I know I'm going to be slower than anything, everything just gets powered up. I'm really excited to use this because it gets things like T-Wave and Toxic. It can recover up, it gets Tri-Attack. Just a really overall offensive Pokemon, which I'm really excited to use again. Next one I'm bringing is a personal favorite of mine in League format, Serena, because I love Queenly Majesty where priority moves don't hit you. And I love that it can be a good Choice Scarf or Choice Band user. Most of the time it'll be bulky on this team just because I already have so much offense in those first 4 mons. And I think it just pairs really well with my team so far. And I forgot to mention that with Porygon 2, if somebody wants to knock off my Eviolite, they have to be scared of a Cobalion coming in and getting the Justified boost to where I'll get the attack raise. So the knockoff might not want to be run very often against me. I gotta fix my webcam here, my chair keeps moving down. So Serena, it's a rapid spin user. It gets Drop Kick, which lowers the attack of my opponent. It gets Knockoff, Rapid Spin Synthesis, maybe even Leech Seed, I don't know. It gets U-Turn. It even gets Aromatherapy, so if I want to get rid of all the like Toxics and Will-O-Wisp and T-Waves, it just goes ahead and gets rid of that. So that's 2 out of 3 for my Fire, Water, Grass core, and I'm finished with my Fairy Dragon Steel core. So I'm really starting to like this team already. So next one I grabbed is Vaporeon. Such a good mon. I haven't used it in a long time. It gives me a good water immunity that my team did not want to deal with before. This gets like Wish, Protect, Scald, Heal Bell, Toxic, Roar. Those are the 6 main moves it will use, but it uses them so effectively that I don't mind just to run those 6. And it's such a valuable tier 3 mon that doesn't get drafted very often, but it is so good. And it has great stats and 130 HP, so anything that gets a Wish from it will be almost back to full just because of how high the stats are. 60 defense, which isn't that good, but when you look at the 95 special defense, you'll realize that you'll be running physically defensive more often just because of that. 110 base special attack coming off that you don't even need to have vest in. With a Stab Scald, it does like a third to everything that isn't resisted, and that makes Vaporeon so much better. Vaporeon got such a buff when Scald came out that it is one of the most viable water types in the format. So next one I'm bringing is Scrafty. It has 3 great abilities in Shed Skin, Moxie, and Intimidate. It's a great Assault Vest user. It's great at being physically defensive. It can even be offensive. Has decent speed, so if you get like 2 this thing gets Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance. This thing can set up alongside Mega Charizard X and just break through. It gets Stab Knockoff, gets High Jump Kick, Poison Jab, Crunch, Drain Punch. So many good moves that makes this mon so viable. As you can tell, I'm trying to grab mons that are viable to the point where my opponent can't guess every week what set I am bringing and which mons I am bringing. Which is what I really love about League format, is where you can't guess what your opponent's bringing and they can't guess what you're bringing just because why... Sorry I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm kind of nervous being my first time back in a few months. So, I've really loved this pick. I love Scrafty. I have a friend named Russ that loves Scrafty as a mon, and I'm hoping to put justice to it like he wants. So, I kept Heliolisk from before. It's really it's better on like a weather kind of team, but I don't like weather that much unless of a tail, because I love Alolan Ninetales, but somebody already had that. But so, this thing can be used as another water resist, well not resist, but immunity. So Water Stab has become really bad against me with Vaporeon Heliolisk. And it's just, as you can tell, like I said before, I'm trying to base this around Mega Charizard X to make this such a better mon to clean up or just kill everything. So this thing has base 109 speed, so it outspeeds most of bulky mons and some faster ones. It gets Volt Switch, T-Bolt, U-Turn. It loves to run HP Ice or HP Fire. Hyper Voice. This thing gets normal and electric stab. Nothing will switch in except a Steel type, which I already deal with very well with Mega Charizard X, Mew, Cobalion. Those 3 just destroy Steel types. So that makes Heliolisk even easier to use, especially when I can just U-turn or Volt Switch right into them. So next mon is a Gligar. I felt like I didn't have a big ice weakness, and it gives me another Stealth Rocker and Defogger I can use if Mew wants to be more offensive in a week. It has base 65 HP, 75 attack, 105 defense, 65 special defense, and 85 speed. This thing is so physically bulky, it's not even funny. So it just gets to the point where my other walls can just be specially defense, just because of how physically defensive this is. I felt like this had a great pairing with Vaporeon, because Vaporeon is an ice resist for Gligar, so it can take all the HP ices, Gligar doesn't. And this thing gets immunity, so it can't get toxic, so that can be a good switch in if Vaporeon is out to be toxic. I'm really loving this team so far, and my last pick was more just, I want to try this mon out. It's Tauros. It has 2 great abilities and then 1 decent. Intimidate, which everybody knows is so good. You can lower the attack by 1 stage of any Pokemon that it switches into. And then Sheer Force, which is its main good ability, where attacks with secondary effects have an extra 1.3 power, but you don't get the secondary effect, which is nice because you see that you can tell that it's going to have problems with steel types. So that's why you run Fire Blast with it. And with only 40 special attack, it won't hit that hard. But with Sheer Force, it just blows it through the roof. Especially if you pair it with a Life Orb. So then it can use moves like Body Slam, Rock Climb, Ice Beam. So many different moves makes this mon so viable. And I am just excited to show you this team and how I perform with it. So right now it is week 7 and I took over week 5. But I did my 2 battle. I did week 5 and week 6 yesterday. So week 5 will be up Wednesday. And I'm going to upload APA every Wednesday because this isn't upload required. So I'm just going to upload it every Wednesday from the week before. So it's like last week was week 5. Or was it? No, this is week 7. So that means I'm going to do week 5 and week 6 this week. And then week 7 video will go up next week. So I'm a video behind right now, but that won't be too hard to catch up on since I have the battle win. So anyways guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow my Twitter in the description down below. And it would be awesome if you guys would share this video out with all your friends since I am coming back to YouTube. Thank you all, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.